Happy New Year, everyone. In this video, we're going to see a conversation between me and one of my clients as we discuss Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. And you'll find out that those baby steps might not be the best way to go. Enjoy the video. I'll see you on the other side. I want to look at Dave Ramsey's baby steps. And I want you to tell me which is the system that I'm proposing better than Dave Ramsey. Okay. Dave Ramsey's been in this game for a long time. Okay. Yeah. And I want to get your thoughts on it.
Yeah, this looks real familiar. I've seen this so many times. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what's interesting is that Alex Hormozi made his own based on this. Like, it was very similar, and he gave 6 steps or something. And this is what caused me to actually go in and be like, there must be an easier system than this. Because it shouldn't take 7 steps. Like, just the fact that it's so many steps causes things to be diversified.
Right.
It's like, and if it's diversified, there's no focus, which causes you to then give up and stop and then go back to your normal habits again. Right? Some people are disciplined, but most people are not, even with the baby steps.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of what caused me to be like, okay, let's go in, let's try and figure it out. Can we reduce it to 2 steps? You know, and that's kind of what I feel I've done at this point in time. So let's just quickly go through it. Save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. Okay, so with that, you'd have your income. And then you'd set aside $1,000. Okay, you've already cleared that, so you have the starter emergency fund fixed. Okay, step 2, you've paid off all debt. You don't have any debt. So then step 3, you save 3 months' expenses. Now in your head, now this is where rubber meets the road. In your head, you're like, wait, hold up. I've learned that I need 6 months of fully funded emergency fund.
Right. I learned over time, I guess, especially after talking with you about it, I don't need that money that much. But it's just been drilled in my head over watching financial advisors, people, going on to, achieve financial freedom, save 6 months to a year. So I was just like stuck on it, So not keeping in mind that the money is going to lose value over time, and that I don't actually need that much unless it's like, a big car problem. So. And it was getting out of that scarcity mindset, so it was all of that happening at once. So the feeling of not wanting to go broke again, it was all those emotions. So,
Right. Let's say that you actually did make a decision of putting away 6 months of expenses in a fully funded emergency fund. What could potentially happen? Well, you've got your money and you're putting aside continuously, hopefully. I mean, you've been spending. Right, you've known this information, but you haven't done it.
It's taken me a while to move that needle. Like I can't quite get to 6 months. It's like
right.
So.
And this is where people fail. This is where people are like, shit. Like I can't get past step 3.
Yeah,
because the 6 months never really happened.
It's like it's so fucking far, but I'm like, what am I doing? I'm trying to, I'm saving, I'm following these steps, but I can't seem to get the 6 months. Like 10K, it seems like this pipe dream, but so I'm at a standstill with my savings. So that's where I'm at with it.
Absolutely. So here we already see the cracks in the system. And obviously, no offense to Dave Ramsey, like, bro, he's a freaking centimillionaire, okay? Like, he's doing amazing things. But I'm just trying to bring it down to the basics of normal, average people, of helping them make money, helping them solve their situation long term and be able to teach their kids the right way, right? Like the 6 months fully funded emergency fund, what could potentially happen if people do this step when they're working with me is that they quit coaching. And why would they quit coaching? Well, because it's $200 that could go to my 6-month emergency fund. I'm trying to work jobs, and why am I spending so much time? And then I'm paying for growth. I'm paying to help people to grow my income. That's not smart, because I need to finish my emergency fund. And then, okay, so step 4, I need to invest 15% of my household income in retirement. Okay, well, that's what I need to do then. So I can't invest in growth. I can't invest in coaching. I can't invest in courses. I can't invest in, like, 15% needs to go to my retirement and lose money from inflation. And in hyperinflation, that money actually is worth 0, right? Unless I invested in the stock market, which is what I'm recommended by Dave Ramsey. But what happens potentially with the stock market? Well, it could lose 50% overnight. So the small money that I put into my retirement now loses 50% potentially. Well, okay, well, I didn't take it out after it lost 50%. So I'm still going to be good long term, because with hyperinflation, then I'm still going to make money. I'm still going to make my average 10% a year. Wait, what? You'd prefer doing that rather than growing your income? Shouldn't growing your income be the priority?
Right. It should be.
So this is where, like, if you actually prioritize growing your income, the percentage that you can put into your emergency fund increases. The emergency fund will automatically increase because you always set a percentage every single month towards it. Just maybe a little bit less in the beginning, but over time, because your income grows, that percentage grows. The net worth accumulator will just massively expand.
Right.
And that is your retirement, and that is your emergency fund. And at some point, you have so much of it that you're like, bro, I don't want to keep this in the bank. Where do you put it? Well, I'll probably put it in the right investments, like Bitcoin, gold, silver, like stuff that actually retains its value, or real estate, because I don't want to have it laying around in the bank and the bank lending it to someone else. It doesn't make any sense, right? And then, do we even need to think about our children's college fund at this point?
No.
Like, or even paying off your home early?
I'm not doing either one of those. That's not on the agenda at all.
Exactly. And why is that? Because we're not employees. This is an employee mindset agenda.
Right. Very true. Especially to invest 15% of your income into retirement. The 401k you're telling me about, all that is just an employer, I think, strategy.
Exactly. And so this is why I built this system. It's because it didn't make any sense to me. Like, it's like this system is too slow. And we have to teach people that you don't have any tolerance for risk. It seems like, right?
Yeah.
But everyone wants to grow fast, but they're not gaining the skills, and they're not getting the work ethic. And the system that I just explained to you now guarantees both. It guarantees that your income will grow because you're investing in it. Right. What you focus on will grow. What you put your attention to will grow. And as a result, you make more money. Well, what happens when you make more money? Well, you have more capacity to grow. And you have a bigger emergency fund. And you also have more spending money. And now you can kind of divide the percentages a little bit differently over time. And as a result, like, your opportunity for growth is exponential as a result of you increasing your income. I want to get people out of the employee mindset as fast as possible and recognize that don't rely on other people growing, because that's what the S&P does, right? Alex Hormozy actually says, instead of investing in the S&P, you should invest in the S&Me. Right?
I love that. And I was one of those people that was just going to invest in S&P as well. That's also another strategy that's been kind of like put out there. Everybody put your money in the S&P, 500. So, but I see why it goes so much better and faster. Much faster, actually.
The cool part about skill sets is that when you expand your brain, it never goes back to its original state. But if you invest in the S&P, it has the potential of crashing by 50%.
Yeah.
See the difference?
Yeah.
S&Me will never contract by 50%. It's physically impossible. Once you grow your skill sets, you have the skill. Now, you might be rusty. You might decline in it because you're focusing on other things, right? And so you're rusty. But whenever in the future you need a specific skill that you've already learned, you can always go back to it and re-grease the oil, the engine, and get it working again so that you can increase the income again. So, and it's your mind. Your mind is such an amazing machine that if you figure out how to improve it and make yourself more aware of your circumstance and environment and things that are around you, that's what's going to create the life that you want. And honestly, your joy, bliss, and happiness, the relationships that you develop, that's what's going to be the thing that you're grateful for at the end of your years. You're not like, I mean, yeah, you talk to an 80-year-old who invested in the S&P 40 years ago, 50 years ago. He'd be like, bro, just park your money into the S&P, okay? Like, you're going to be fine. Yes, you will be fine. But the question is, imagine if you'd invested 50 years of your life in the S&P. Like, which one is going to give you the highest quality of life, the most joy, bliss, and happiness at the end of it?
The S&P and me.
Let's go! You watched all the way through, man. Congratulations. Tomorrow's video is going to be even better because we're going to go into detail about how these pay yourself first systems work inside of OnTrack. And you're going to get it right here on this channel. Make sure you subscribe, put on notifications. I'll see you guys in the next one.